Well, it's time to do some upgrades on my big truck. And last time I tried to remove some rust from the frame, right? And I keep looking at this big bracket or whatever it's called. You know, this thing that's holding the muffler, and it's irritating the hell out of me. First of all, everything is rusted out, right? I think the last time I did some work on the exhaust, it was a couple of years ago. And you know, in Canada with all this corrosion, let's see if you can see there. See how the pipe is all rusted there? So it looks okay over there. And I have a single exhaust, right? But actually, I just had to replace the bracket. I found that this bracket over here, see, I have a new one, shiny and nice. It's not touching the frame, but all this is ready to fall off. So basically, I don't know what this is doing here. Someone keeps making holes in my, I think it's all ugly, right? And this piece. So what I want to do now is I want to cut the pipe in here, right? Because this is not rusted on this side of the bracket. So I'm gonna cut it, and I wanna ask the shop to extend the pipe and basically turn it into a horizontal exhaust, single exhaust, and remove this. I'm gonna remove this whole piece here, right, and over there, and then just use these holes in the frame to maybe, you know, make some kind of a bracket so that pipe will be just going like this. So what I have in mind is a single exhaust, horizontal, no muffler. Let's see how what the shop says about that. I'm in New York right now, and the labor rates here are much lower than in Canada, so let's see. Now somehow that thing looks familiar. And that's what it looks like after 3 hours of labor. Perfect. I think the guys did a great job. They just they removed the big holding piece, right, that was holding the exhaust, and so they reused the holes in the frame and just added this custom piece here and added some new brackets in there, and that's it. All straight, nice, beautiful looking. And by the way, this is my pipe, the one that was on top. The guy just cleaned it up with something and it looks like new. So all in all, I'm very satisfied. I paid about what, 615 bucks, which is more than 2 times less than what they asked me to pay in Ontario, Canada. Now the sound actually is not too bad. Actually, I like it. Let's see how it sounds from inside the cab. My both windows are open, and I'm starting the engine now. See? Nothing. Just like a regular exhaust. So let's see what happens when I accelerate, let's say, to second, third, and fourth gear. I think the only thing I have to be concerned about is the engine brake. Second, third. Well, I can feel the deeper undertone. Yeah, like kind of the sound became like richer. I like it. Fourth. It sounds like an airplane now. The way a serious truck should sound. Well, this is what the engine sounds like at 57 miles per hour, 92 kilometers an hour. I'm driving very slow. I'm trying to save some fuel. I have to do 200 250 miles from Watertown, New York to Cambridge, Ontario. So I'm driving empty. One thing I noticed right away that the boost, the turbo boost went down, at least by a couple points. You know, where before, let's say it was 10, now it's 8. I'm not kidding. But of course now I'm empty, but still, you know, I know my truck, so I do think that this stuff works. I mean, it does helps with your horsepower, and probably the diesel will burn better. Some people might say, hey, what about the back end pressure? Screw back end pressure, you know, no restriction, that's it. Now, what I want to know is, why are you still watching? Well, there's always people that like watching to the very end, and this time you were right. That was not the end. As a special bonus for patience, I'm presenting the sound of my new exhaust at idle. I'm gonna keep it over here because it's gonna be loud, right? So I'm gonna give it a couple of reps. I think it sounds pretty good. Ciao.